All right, my friends, this is
And
Donnie,
Sandra.
and we are coming to you from Kerr Lake State Park, and we are at the J.C. Campground,
J.C. Cooper.
J.C. Cooper Campground, and this is going to be in Vance County.
Yes.
And as we're doing the video, you guys are going to see some videos overlay while we're talking. But what I am showing you right now is one of the sweet spots.
Oh yeah.
This where you see that little pop up at, that is site 23.
Of all the ones we've looked at, that's our favorite.
That one right there's a sweet one. That one right there's a sweet one. I saw another one down the road a little bit, and you'll see it on the video, on the overlays. But that one right there, guys, you can just literally get out and see the lake and all. But at any rate, real quick, there's several on Kerr Lake. There's several different little loops, I guess you could say.
Is huge. There's several different campgrounds. You've got one. Let's see. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 different campgrounds.
Okay.
But we're staying at the J.C. Cooper campground.
We're at this one here.
Yes, which is right across from the Kerr Lake Visitor Center. That's the one that
we're
staying at.
Yeah. It's
also,
nice.
Something interesting I saw at this campground, Donnie.
What?
There's like if you and a buddy's going camping together, they've got sites together. There's 2 right here. There's 2 right here. There's
You're talking about right here.
Yeah. So if you and a buddy, like
what sites are those?
That's 17 and 18. Now there's no hookups there. That's like tent sites. But then there's 20. Let's see, 30. What's that? 37 and 38. There's one, and then there's one right here where there's 3 together.
Okay.
And then there's another one where there's 2, and another one where there's 2. So if like you had like a big group or a couple people, yeah, y'all could camp together, like basically like buddy sites. I guess.
And now our site is 25.
Yes.
25.
From what I can tell, all the sites the numbers are blue. Those are all tent sites. If it's red, it's water and electric.
Okay.
There's no full hookup.
There's no full hookup.
There's a dump station.
Yeah. And what I would do, guys, it looks like they have a handicap spot,
yes,
a couple handicap spots. Check with the office guys, because we have been to state campgrounds before where the handicap spots are full hookup.
Yes.
So check with them and find out. I know Stone Mountain State Park.
Yes.
Their handicap spots are full hookup. They're the only ones that are full hookup, unless the camp host has a full hookup spot. And so I don't know. And that's one thing. And that's one thing I need to say. These campground guys are looking the Rolling View.
Yes.
Rolling View, man, they're needing people bad. They said
Rolling View, and the other one that we went to that was on Falls Lake. What was the name of it?
I don't remember.
Holly Point. They're hiring.
They're hiring people. Yeah. They need people. Now, they don't pay you. They just give you a free site. Yeah. And so now, so let's just say there's 2 people. Maybe one wants to get a job in the area, and the other one can be the camp host. And so now he's talked about how some camp host had a job. They had a job, and they did the camp hosting and got a free site.
Yep.
The site was free, so there's free rent. And so, I would check with them, but that's a way to go for some of you guys that are nomads and you like to travel around. I'm telling you, and we're talking about it. We're talking about it about doing it in the future, and so it's going to be a few years to go, but we're talking about doing it. And
we also got our passport stamp.
Going to put the passport real quick, and then right here.
Kerr Lake.
That's one thing we started doing is make sure we get the little stamps. This is something, and for you guys, check out these state parks. And so I'm gonna tell you what, these state parks have really, really impressed me. And so though there's something about this one we're going to share with you that's a little comical. Now
some of the state parks that we have been to, like Lake Norman, where else it's like the bathhouse is like super nice.
Yeah.
I mean, they've remodeled. It is like immaculate, tiled, beautiful, nice shower heads. Everything's great. We have been to some state parks that are very lacking in the shower house department.
Yeah.
And the last 2 state parks that we have been to, though we would definitely recommend staying there, you might want to like get your shower in the camper or don't take a shower while you're there.
Yeah. Now hold that thought.
Okay.
Hold that thought. Let's talk about the campground first, and then we're going to get to that thing. The visitor center.
Yes.
The visitor center, spot on. I gotta admit, this is the visitor center on this one has got to be one of the nicest visitor centers that I've seen.
Mm-hmm.
You've lots of education.
Lots of stuffed animals.
The displays.
Mm-hmm.
The display. Now those are actual stuffed animals. Mm-hmm. They're actual animal taxidermied
One
animals.
Of the animals that was there, Donnie,
was the osprey.
Mm-hmm. The place that we work at in Lexington doing our security job. Was it last summer? Mm-hmm. Last summer they had an osprey nest on the power line.
That was
that was 2 summers ago.
2 summers ago.
2 summers ago. They had an osprey nest on the pole, and it was causing the electricity to the plant to go like glitch.
Yeah.
This happened several times, and that cannot happen at our plant. They have to keep it up and running 24/7.
Yeah.
Because there's furnaces, and they have to keep those furnaces hot. Okay. So ospreys are a protected bird. So what they had to do is they had to come in and put a post up, a really high post up right beside the power line post, and they had to build a platform. And at the time the osprey had eggs. They couldn't be sitting on the eggs, right? Or they could not be sitting on the eggs. They had to be. There was like a certain.
It seemed like they did have a certain time frame, and they couldn't. They couldn't mess with the nest.
If the mom was sitting on it, was it, or when she was not sitting on it?
I couldn't remember.
I can't remember either, but it was one or the other. Either she had to be sitting on it or she had to be off of it. I can't remember which one. But they had to move it. And they literally built it right beside the power pole, so she wouldn't, I guess, notice that it had been moved, and they had to move it over. And you can, and they say that they use the nests like their
it's
whole
big,
life.
A pretty good sized nest too.
And so they don't rebuild it. They use the same nest every year.
Yeah.
And so we drive by and you can still see that nest up there.
Yeah, they got an osprey that's stuffed and on display in the visitor center. I know it's a gigantic bird. It's really good size, but the visitor center is definitely something to check out, guys, on all of the state parks. We haven't seen one yet. I mean, it looked like they put some time and money into that. But going on, the sites again are water and electric only. They do have a dump station. We didn't walk up to the dump station. It appears to be it to get the business done.
Yes.
It looked like it had plenty of room, to do that.
Really big.
The last place that we left, the last state park that we left, they had 2 lanes, and you could be side by side.
Yeah.
And so, other than that, going on, the site that we're at, of course, is the lakeside. They got boat access, and so just beautiful, not really beautiful areas. The sites are all clean.
Yes.
They're clean. I mean, I was really impressed with that. No overhanging limbs, no dangers or anything like that. It looks like they really spot clean this place. I mean, it's really well kept.
But you definitely feel like you're camping, like you're in the woods camping.
Yeah.
The feel.
Yeah.
But our favorite site is site 23.
23.
We're in site 25, which is also a very nice site.
Yeah. 23 is definitely, guys, I'm telling you, if you're never been here before and you're wondering what site should we get, if you get 23, it's an electric, it's an RV site.
Yeah.
The people that are next to us have a pop-up, and but they it's water and electric, not full hookup. That is a very, very nice site. Now it's starting to rain.
Yeah,
we got a storm coming, and it's supposed to rain from now all the way until end of Friday when we're leaving. I'm not liking that too much. I might have to take down in the rain. I hate doing that. But anyway, let's talk about the bathrooms real quick.
Okay.
Bathrooms. I'm going to be really quick with this story. I wish this is the only beef I got with the state parks. It doesn't seem, at least the ones that we've been to, not all of them really make their bathrooms priority.
No.
Now I will say
some of them
are immaculate. I mean, you could
like state of the art.
They are really nice, but I'm telling you, there's some of them that it's just they really need to do some work to their bathrooms. I went into the shower and the bathroom in the shower house itself was clean.
Mm-hmm.
Very clean, very nice. But when I went to turn on the shower, it was hot only. There was no cold. The only time it turned cold is when it was turning hot. It was going from the water was cycling through the pipes. When it got hot, guys, I'm talking it was a little bit below blistering. I'm talking I had to jump under the water real quick, get myself wet, and then jump right back out. I mean, I was hollering out while I was in the bathroom. I was the only one in there, thank God. But I'd soak myself down while I was out from the water and then jump back. I couldn't stand it. It was burning me. And so finally I left the stall soapy and wet and naked. I guess you're supposed to be naked in the shower, but at any rate, I left out, not a towel around me because there was going to soap all over it. And I went to the next stall, which was the handicap. The handicap was nice. The shower head was spot on. The only thing is, the hot was the cold and the cold was the hot. It was backwards. When I moved it over to hot, I stood there for the longest time while the soap was drying on me. And I was like, come on, get hot, get hot. Finally, I said, on a whim, I just moved the lever towards the cold and it started warming up. So the hot was the cold and the cold was the hot. But let me tell you, once I had it just right, man, that handicap one was spot on. And so, but that's the only thing, only beef. I don't know if all the showers were as screwed up as that, but oh my God, did I have a time with that. Now
well, this happened to me at Rolling View, the last one that we were at, speaking of the handicap stall.
Uh-huh.
So I thought I was going to be smart and go into the handicap stall because you have more room and you have like the handheld shower sprayer. Mm-hmm. And I was going to like get a nice little shower and like spray myself off. Because most of the time in the other stalls, it's just like a knob hanging out like this. No, not much pressure usually. So I thought, I'm going to get in the handicap one and have some nice pressure maybe and be able to rinse myself off. Even if I didn't have very good pressure, at least the water would be like closer to me. So I got in the shower and I proceeded to turn the water on, and it's push button at Rolling View. It is push button. So it only stays on for a few seconds and it cuts back off. Mm-hmm. So I cut it on. And so obviously it's going to take forever to get warm, right?
Yeah.
So I turn it on, it's freezing. I'm pushing the button. I turn the lever to turn it on. I'm trying to figure out which one's hot, which way do I need to turn it. The lever had rusted on the inside and it flew out and hit me in the mouth. And water is spurting, freezing water is now spurting on me. And I'm like stunned because something just hit me. Luckily, it did cut the inside of my mouth a little bit, but it didn't break it to chip it. It could have chipped a tooth.
It could have chipped your tooth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm screaming, trying to sit there and hold my hand up so the water's not like spraying on me, and I ended up coming out and going into another.
Was you soapy and naked?
I was not soapy. I was naked, but I was not soapy yet because I hadn't had a chance to get hot.
That's wild. Yeah. I mean, but I most of the time, you got your little, you don't like the push buttons. And so I understand why they do the push buttons.
I hate the push buttons.
It's because I can't stand it either. But it's because people leave the water running.
Yeah.
And so the state parks have to do what they have to do. I completely understand.
Yeah, I understand why they do it, but I just don't
I don't like it because you do have to keep.
I mean,
but you know what?
You got to push it.
You know what though? If people would just turn the freaking water off when they're done, like common sense would tell them, they wouldn't have to do that. Now there's some like Raven Rock. It's a motion sensor.
It's a sensor.
I like that one the best.
I do like that.
I like that one the best.
Raven Rock has a very nice house.
Yeah. They have a really good shower house, and you have to be in there and moving around. And once you're moving it, once it senses you inside of it, moving around, the shower automatically comes on. And
the bad thing about that though is if you have to like wait for it to get hot. You got to be in there while it's cold.
Yeah. But I got to admit, that one there, you don't have to worry about pressing a button or anything. But other than that, guys, that is the review that we have. Now, because we had our little, just because the shower was incident. You know what? Normally we take a shower in the motorhome.
Yeah,
but because it's not full hookup, we don't want to fill our tanks up quick. You know, our gray tank up, it'll fill it up quick, and then we'll have to go to the dump station and dump it out. And I don't want to worry about having a cassette, you know, an external storage tank. So what we do is, when any state campground or campground that we have that only has water and electric and no sewer, we take showers at the shower house. And so,
but the view from this place is worth.
I'm gonna tell you what,
little bit of inconvenience.
Just remember, if you're out here and you put your water towards the hot and it don't get warm, put it towards the cold, and that's in the handicap one. Yeah. The handicap one is the best one, I think, to take a shower. And the other ones, I think it needs more pressure. But
I don't know if I'll ever
now the next one again. The next one, I'm talking about the one beside the handicap one. That one is strictly boiling hot water. That's all it is. So, you know, stay away from that one unless they've worked on it. Surely there's somebody that's complained about it, you know. And so, but
it costs $33 a night.
$33 a night. You can't beat it. You can't beat it.
On Reserve America.
Yeah, you can't beat it. I still highly advise this place. Yeah. I still get with the showers, maybe 4.5 stars. Yeah. I'd give it a 4.5 stars. Believe it or not,
they actually come back. We were talking. We did our sit down moment outside on the pier. We may come back in the fall, because this would be absolutely gorgeous in the fall.
Yeah,
it's beautiful now with all the different greens. It's real bright, but
yeah, and the staff. The staff was absolutely spot on. Yep. Courteous. You couldn't ask for a better bunch of folks. Yep. I mean, they were really spot on.
Super nice. Gave us some advice on where to go walking on a trail while we were waiting to get checked in.
Yeah. Very nice. Very nice. Highly advise this place. Just like I said, use your discretion on the shower house. But you guys take care. We love you. And we hope you guys have a safe travels.
Good night.
Good night. Bye-bye.